Hi, it's Will from Clerk Chat. Today I'm taking you through the process of adding Clerk Chat to Webex. I'm going to show you how to enable your existing Webex number and show you how to send your first message. I'll also give you a glimpse of some features like team management, integrations, contacts, cohorts, and campaigns, workflows, and our AI concierge. If there is a specific topic that piques your interest, feel free to move ahead using the timestamps on the video. All right, let's start by getting Clerk Chat installed into your Webex environment. First, navigate to the App Hub section in your Webex interface. Once there, use the search bar to type in Clerk Chat. When Clerk SMS shows up in the results, go ahead and click Add. This will integrate Clerk Chat right into your Webex platform. You'll notice that Clerk Chat now appears on the left side toolbar. And that's it. Clerk Chat is now part of your Webex setup, ready for you to start using its powerful messaging features. Now that Clerk Chat is installed, let's move on to enabling your Webex number. First, you'll need to select Add New Phone. This option allows you to connect your existing Webex number directly to Clerk Chat. Once you've selected your number, you'll go through a simple authentication process. This ensures everything is securely connected. Your Webex number is now fully integrated and ready to be used within Clerk Chat. Let's walk through how to invite team members to your workspace in Webex. If you want to allow others to send messages or add their own phone numbers, you'll start by clicking the Invite Team button in the left-hand panel. Here, you can see everyone who is currently part of your workspace. In this case, it's just me, so let's add some members. Type in their email address and then choose their role. The Workspace Owner role has the highest level of permission, down to a member who can send and receive messages in the inbox or phone numbers they belong to. I'll set Jack as a Workspace Owner and send the invite. I'll add one more member, Logan, also as a Workspace Owner, and send that invite out. As Workspace Owners, they are automatically assigned to all phone numbers in this workspace. If I change their role to something like Manager, I'd need to manually assign them to a phone number. If you have multiple phone numbers, you can assign a member to more than one. To remove a user from the workspace, simply click the Delete button on the right. Confirm by clicking Yes, and that user will no longer be part of the Clerk Chat workspace. Now that you've added a phone number and invited team members, let's send your first message. To do that, click the blue plus icon. This will bring up a field where you can enter a contact name or phone number. In this case, I'm going to paste my phone number here. You can also paste a list of phone numbers, like from a spreadsheet, and Clerk Chat will automatically separate them for you. Next, type your message in the text box below. Once you're ready, hit Send, and that's it. Your message has been sent out, and when someone responds, you'll see it right here. On the right-hand side, you'll notice the contact information card has popped up. If you've sent a message to this number before and filled in these properties, all the relevant information for this contact will be displayed here. In this case, I'm going to name this contact, and you can see that update in real time. You can also add any other information you think is relevant, like an email address. At the bottom of the page, in the Send a Message box, you'll see a few different options. The first one is to attach a file. Clicking this will open your folders, where you can select an image, PDF, or Word document to send. The user will receive the file in their text message. Next up, we have the emoji option. You can add any emoji here. Let's go with a smiley face. Now the user will see that in the conversation. The next feature is the template feature. A template is a predefined field you can automatically add to a message. For example, the name on the contact information card, let's say Hannah, can be used as a template. If I select Name and click Send, the name template will automatically switch to whatever I've added in the contact information, like Hannah. This is especially useful when sending out campaign messages to multiple clients. Moving on, we have the snippet feature. Think of a snippet as a canned response, a message you might send frequently. Instead of typing it out each time, you can simply click on the snippet and it will paste directly into the message box. You can also create a new snippet by clicking here. I'm going to create a greeting snippet with the template. Hello name, nice to meet you. After saving it, I can click on the greeting, and it automatically populates with the contact's name. The next option is to add a signature. If you navigate to the settings panel on the left, you'll see your signature at the bottom. This works just like an email signature, automatically adding your chosen text to the bottom of every message. Mine says, "Will at Clerk Chat." After saving my changes and heading back to the messages, you'll notice the signature button is toggled on. This means every message I send will have my signature attached unless I switch it off. Next is the schedule feature. After typing a message, you can click the schedule button to send it at a specific time. For example, if Hannah and I have a meeting on Monday at 10 a.m., I can schedule the message to be sent out at 10 a.m. on Monday. You can also edit or delete the scheduled message if plans change. Finally, we have the AI Assistant option. Clicking this gives you two choices. You can either generate an answer to whatever the client has messaged using AI, or you can disable the AI for the conversation. We'll go into more detail on this feature later. If we look to the top of the screen, there are a few features here that are really useful when managing conversations. The first feature is assigning a conversation to a team member. Here, I can assign this conversation to members off my team once they accept the team invite. This gives me a super simple way to manage conversations and my colleagues' clients. Next, we have the option to add this user to a cohort. A cohort is a group of people. In this case, I'm going to add Hannah to a new cohort called Top Customers. Let's say Hannah regularly visits our store and makes purchases. I want to remember that she's part of this top customer group so I can send her targeted messages in the future. So I'll select her to be part of the Top Customers cohort. The third option is the Summarize Conversation button, which ties back to our AI features. If I click on this, AI will generate a summary of the conversation. Since I've only exchanged greetings with Hannah, the summary is a bit sparse, but you get the idea. I can copy this text, share it with others in the organization, or even resummarize if I'm not satisfied with the initial summary. Next, you'll see the Settings button. Here you can mute the conversation if you don't want notifications, mark the conversation as unread to revisit it later, or archive the conversation. Archiving moves it from your active conversations to your archived ones. If you ever need to bring it back, just unarchive it and it'll return to your active inbox. Finally, there's an option to delete the conversation. I won't do that now, but just know that if you delete a conversation, it's gone from both active and archived inboxes. One thing to note, if a conversation is archived and the contact messages you again, the conversation automatically moves back to the active section. This last button here is the Contact Information Card toggle. Clicking this will either expand or collapse the contact details depending on what you need at the moment. Now, let's dive into integrations, contacts, and cohorts. If you already have a CRM setup, you can head over to Settings and then to Integrations. Here you'll find options to integrate Clerk Chat with many popular CRMs. If you're using a proprietary CRM that isn't listed, you have two options. You can import your clients using a CSV file or set up a direct connection using our API key. Your IT team will likely need to handle the API integration, but it's a straightforward process. Back in the integration section, let's say you're using HubSpot. Clerk Chat syncs with your CRM every 5 minutes, so your contacts automatically stay up to date. Once your contacts are in Clerk Chat, you can add them to a cohort. For example, I'm going to add these 2 new contacts to the Top Customers cohort I created earlier. Now, when I select the Top Customers cohort, you can see I have 3 people in it. This makes it easy to send targeted messages to specific groups within your customer base. Great. Next, let's go over how to send an SMS campaign to these top customers. To do this, head over to your number and start a new message. Instead of searching for individual numbers or contacts, you can search for the cohort you want to target. In this case, I'll search for top customers, and it pops right up. Once you've selected the cohort, toggle the Send a Campaign button. This option sends an individual message to each customer in the top customers cohort. If you leave this untoggled, it would send a group message where everyone in the cohort would be added to a shared SMS thread. But often, we want to send a campaign as individual messages to maintain a personal touch. So, with the campaign option toggled, I'll type out my message. I'll use the name template to pull in each customer's name from their contact card, saying something like, "Hello, name? We have a sale on currently? Don't miss it." I'll also add my signature to make the message feel more familiar and ensure the recipient knows who's texting them. Once the message is ready, I'll click Send. Before it goes out, I'll be asked to confirm sending this campaign. After confirming, you'll see that the campaign has been sent out to all 3 people in the cohort. If I click on the Messages Sent notification, I can see that each person received the same message, with their names personalized. Now I've been taken to the campaign section of my inbox, where I can send another message to this campaign. This way, every person will receive another message if needed. If I want to interact with each client individually, I can go back to the Conversations tab, where the 3 individual conversations now appear. I can then continue messaging each of them separately, independent of the campaign. And that's how you can easily send a campaign to a cohort of people. Next, let's explore the Workflows feature, which is all about automation. Workflows help you save time and run your workspace as efficiently as possible. I'll walk you through a quick example. At the top, you can click Create Workflow. In this space, you can design what your workflow will do by dragging and dropping different blocks. In this case, I want my trigger to be an incoming message. So whenever I receive a message, this workflow will run. Since I'm going to be out of the office next week, I'll set up an out-of-office notification. First, I'll drag the schedule block and add it to the workflow. I'll click into it and name this Out of Office. Then, I'll select my time zone and choose the days I'll be out. All of next week from Monday to Sunday. I can adjust the times if needed, but I'll keep it as is. Once that's set, I'll click Save. Now, when the condition is true, meaning an incoming message is received during any of these times, I want to send a message back to the sender. I'll type out a message that says, "I'm out of the office this week." I'll save that, name my workflow, Out of Office Workflow, and save the entire workflow. The final step is to add this workflow to an inbox. I've already got one set up, so I'll add it to my marketing inbox. Now this workflow is running. When someone messages me, they will automatically receive a reply saying, "I'm out of the office." Now let's move on to our AI Flows feature. Here you can create logic flows with multiple AI agents that interact with your customers, saving you time and increasing engagement. Using AI nodes, you can create a logic flow, with each bot having a different prompt and completing a separate task. When multiple bots are paired together, this creates a complete flow, tackling a larger problem. You can reach out to the Clerk Chat team to learn more about AI flows and get help setting them up if required. Next, let's talk about 10DLC compliance and brand registration. When you manage SMS communications, compliance is crucial. For instance, if someone like Hannah wants to unsubscribe from SMS updates, you can use a trigger word to automatically unsubscribe them. This is essential for compliance with regulations, which brings us to 10DLC compliance registration. To get started, head into Settings and select Brand Registration. This will take you to the 10DLC registration page. Filling out this form is very important to fully onboard with us. It's part of the SEC spam prevention policy, which requires all businesses to provide this information to prevent fraudulent activity. If this registration isn't completed within 1 to 2 months, you won't be able to send any SMS messages, although you will still be able to receive them. Fortunately, completing the form takes about 5 minutes, and we handle all the registration for you. Once completed, you'll be able to freely send and receive as many messages as you'd like. Now let's cover blacklist words and conversation logs, which are also related to regulation and compliance. In Clerk SMS, you have the option to add words to a blacklist. Any words you add here won't be able to be sent through Clerk SMS. For example, if you add the word hate to the blacklist, any message containing that word won't be sent. It's automatically blocked. Just above this, you'll find the Logs option. This feature allows you to export a log of all conversations, either for one phone number or multiple numbers over a given time period. For example, you can select a specific marketing phone number and export all conversations for the month of June as a CSV file. This is particularly useful for e-discovery purposes. Additionally, Clerk Chat integrates with archiving platforms like Global Relay and Smarsh, providing another simple way to manage and review conversation logs. This wraps up how you can manage blacklist words and conversation logs within Clerk SMS. Great! We've gone through a complete demo of Clerk Chat on Webex. We've shown how to install, add a number, and a whole host of features inside Clerk Chat. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to our sales and support team who'll be happy to help you. We hope this demo was useful and welcome to Clerk Chat.